Good afternoon, YouTube. Brewed by me back again. Like I said, I have plenty of beer mails. So I'm just getting through them now and I'm going to post them. So first off, we'll start with some local breweries, not far from my house, about 30 minutes. This is Tuc des Bras. It's a small microbrasserie in Embrun, Ontario, Canada. And yeah, this is their Jacques Le Lantern. It's a spiced brown ale, I think, 5.8% ABV. Barbe Blanche, so it's a wit beer. It's 4.8% ABV. Tuc Doré, which is a pale ale Canadian. A Canadian pale ale rings in at 4.5% ABV. I think it's a little on the red side. I sampled all of these while I was there, obviously. Yeah. This is Gougon Russe, which is a red ale, 5.8% ABV. Saint Nicholas Cafe Porter, so a coffee porter, 4.8% ABV. And last from these guys is their Portage Porter. So they only had 6 beers when I was there that I could pick up in cans. They do frequently do other types of beers as well. Occasionally they have different ones. Now the next bunch are going to be random, but I'll try and keep them in the same area. So this is Crooked Mile Brewing Company. They're in Almonte, Ontario, Canada. They opened up maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. They specialize in old world beers like well, this one here, for example. This is the Crow's Castle Welsh Best Bitter. So this is the types of beers they do. This one is a Scottish export. It's called Highland Hill Walker, and that one is 4.4% ABV, and the first one was 4.5% ABV. I think they only had 4 beers when I was there. This is again as a Welsh bitter, so it's the same beer. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh, okay, this is a different brewery. This is from Calabogie, Ontario, Canada. This is a milk stout. It's called the Brown Cow Milk Stout. Calabogie Brewing Company. It's a nitro stout in a can. 5.5% ABV. They are about 45 minutes away from my house. My son had a tournament out that way this year, so on the way back I stopped at all of the local breweries on the way back home to pick these up. This one here, there's no label. He was out of labels, unfortunately, for this beer particularly, but some of the other ones have labels. This is the Matt Stout. It's from Square Timber Brewing Company in Pembroke, Ontario, Canada. I'm not 100% sure on the ABV, but I think it's around 4.5, 4.8. So that's Square Timber. Yeah. Oh yeah, here's another one from the Crooked Mile Brewing Company. So they're in Almonte, Ontario. This is the Standing Zone English IPA. So yeah. What else do I have in here? Oh, that's the same. So that's 2 English IPAs. Like I said, they didn't have too many beers available when I was there. I did to purchase. So here we go. Square Timber Brewing Company. This is their La Saison, a refreshingly dry farmhouse ale with aromas of fresh cut fruit and white grapes with a slightly spicy finish. 4.7% ABV, and again they're in Pembroke, Ontario, Canada. Square Timber Brewing Company. Another one from the Calabogie Brewing Company in Calabogie, Ontario, Canada. This one is their British Session Ale, 4.5% ABV. There's a picture of a train on there and a water tower. This one here is from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, just in Westgate area. This is the Tooth and Nail Brewing Company. This is their stout. It rings in at 5.4% ABV. So I'll just move those out there. All right. Oh yeah, here. Another one from the Crooked Mile Brewing Company in Almonte, Ontario, Canada. This is their dry stout. Rings in at 4.6% ABV. All right, another one from the Calabogie Brewing Company in Calabogie, Ontario, Canada. This is their Whistling Paddy, which is a wheat ale. Rings in at 5.5% ABV. And when I get around to doing reviews with them, I'll show you a better picture of the cans. Here's another one from Tooth and Nail Brewing Company in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. This is their Imperial Oatmeal Stout, brewed with coffee and chocolate. Rings in at 9.5% ABV. It's a 350 milliliter can. Again, Tooth and Nail Brewing Company. This is their Vim and Vigor Pilsner. It's 5.2% ABV. Tooth and Nail Brewing Company. This is their Fortified Stout, 5.4% ABV. That's another one. That's a duplicate of the Pilsner. Oh, here we go. Here's another one from the Square Timber Brewing Company. This is their Hefeweizen, 4.2% ABV. An easy drinking German wheat beer, great at any time of the year. Now this brewing company is kind of really cool. So the guy that owns it, Matt, he actually has a big log house on the property, which is his house where he lives, and then just to the back of the property, it's actually a log cabin brewery, which is really cool. And everything is there. The brew house is there. It's a little like mom and pop type brewery, and yeah, it's really interesting. He's a nice guy. You should get, if you're ever in Pembroke, Ontario, you should go visit them. Really interesting little brewery, and you know, like I said, mom and pop type of thing. And you can't really, there's no signs on the road, so you just have to be careful. Just watch your GPS, because it's like a driveway, and you'd have to turn on the driveway, and it's not too good to go there in the winter, as I did, because the snow was packed well, but you know, you have to drive really slow to stay on the snowpack. But yeah, really interesting little brewery. So this one here is Tooth and Nail Brewing Company from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. This is their 2018 holiday ale, brewed with dried figs, raisin, and star anise. All right, and another one from the Calabogie Brewing Company. Sorry, this is their one-off sour tart. I'm believing it's a saison type or a goose type beer. It's only 4.7% ABV. All right, now I'm gonna get up and spin my box around here, so it's easier for me to get them out. All right, so this one actually was a friend of mine. I play a video game, and on the video game I was playing, there's a girl, she's from California, and we were talking, and I said, hey, I really would like to try this particular beer, and she says, no problem, I'll send you some. So she emailed me back, and she says, we can only buy 2 a day, so I'll send you 2. And so I'm really stoked about this one. This one's a Pliny the Elder, Russian River Imperials. It's from Russian River Brewing Company in California, Santa Rosa, California. This is a double IPA, I believe. It brings in at 8% ABV. And yeah, she was grateful and sent me 2 of those, so I was really stoked. I shared one of those with a friend already, so yeah, it was really fun. It was a really cool beer to try, and I want to thank her. I can't thank her enough for sending it to me. So here's another one from the Calabogie Brewing Company. This is their Bogey, which is a West Coast American IPA. It rings in at 5.5% ABV, so not too deadly. Another one from the Calabogie Brewing Company. This is the Front Porch Colt Style Ale, 4.7% ABV. Calabogie It's a really nice brew. Like the area where the beer is, the brewery is in a like a resort area. So there's like all these log resorts on one side of the road, and just up the road a little bit and turn right. The brewery was on the left. It's just a little building, but they have lots of beers in there. Another one from the Square Timber Brewing Company. This is their Pembroke Pils, which is 4.5% ABV. It's a Pilsner. What's this one? Oh, another one from Square Timber Brewing Company in Pembroke, Ontario, Canada. This is their Slab Town IPA, a big and bold hoppy IPA with aromas and flavors of tasty tropical fruits, rings in at 6.5% ABV. I think that might... Nope, more cans. All right, another one from Calabogie Brewing Company in Calabogie, Ontario. This is their Can of Corn. It's a cream ale. Rings in at 5.5% ABV. It's kind of a funny name, Can of Corn. You know what I mean? Another one from the Calabogie Brewing Company. This is a Nut Brown Ale. Rings in at 6% ABV. All right, that's it for the cans. So, I'll move all of these out of the way so you can see the next batch. All right, now these guys are an organic craft brewery, you can go there and eat as well. There's a restaurant that brews beer, and they have good food, and they brew organic beers, kind of like Bose. They are also in Embrun, Ontario, Canada, which is, like I said, about 45 minutes away from me. So here's their first one I have. This is their Explorer series. It's called L'Ambroise. It's a wit beer, and it rings in at 4.8% ABV. It comes in little old school stubbies. All of them do. They actually are starting to can their beers though, so that they can get them out to the LCBO and brewery, I think. All right, so this one here is from the the brewery's called Etienne Brûlé. Etienne Brûlé, it's a brewery in Embrun. This is called Conifère. It's their Explorer series. It's a double hopped IPA, rings in at 6.8% ABV. Is that what it says? Yeah, 6.8% ABV. Etienne Brûlé Brewery, Notre Dame. This is called their Notre Dame. It's a Bohemian Pilsner. Rings in at 4.9% ABV. Cherry Milk Stout, Explorer Series. 5% ABV, so it's a cherry milk stout. So, yeah, that's going to be quite interesting. Citral, which is an IPA, 6.8% ABV, and yeah, they had quite a few beers actually at the brewery when I was there. This is the one that they've started canning because this is their, I guess their mainstay, easy drinking. It's called Vagabond. It's a blonde ale. Rings in at 4.3% ABV. So that one they had in cans, the big cans, when I was there, and I did get one, and I believe it might still be in the fridge, or I may have drank it already. I'm not sure. 5W30, a stout, 6% ABV. All right, two left. Cutter's Red, a red ale. Rings in at 5% ABV. And last but not least, Kin Club Red. It's a red ale. Rings in at 5% ABV. So there you have it. This is my packages I picked up. Kind of like a brewery stop on the way back. So you got the middle guys here, Embrun, Ontario, Canada. This guy over here, Embrun, Ontario, Canada. These guys right here, Almonte, Ontario, Canada. These guys right here, Calabogie, Ontario, Canada. These guys right in the back, that's Pembroke, Ontario, Canada. And these guys in the back, the Tooth and Nail, are in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And well, I've already told you where the Russian River Brewing Company is. So I hope you guys enjoy these videos. I look forward to doing the reviews on all of these beers. I have quite a lot of beers to review. I'm super stoked to do it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So please rate, comment, subscribe, leave any suggestions right using the comments box, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Cheers.